ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਜੀ। Guru Pyari Saad Sangat ji, Guru Maharaj ji is blessed us with Amrit Vela Hukamnama from Sri Darbar Sahib, Sri Amritsar Sahib. So for next few minutes, let's try and understand what Guru Maharaj ji, what knowledge and wisdom Guru Maharaj ji is giving us. Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib ji Maharaj giving us from the Gurbani, in the Gurbani, and how we can implement the jewels of wisdom into our daily lives. In today's Hukumnama Saad Sangat ji, Guru Arjan Dev ji Maharaj, in a very simple language, showing us a kind of true picture that how some people are living their lives and how, let's say, how good or bad people are living their lives. And many times while we are living in the world, we don't reflect and we don't understand what we are doing when we actually doing something. So in today's Hukumnama Sahib, Maharaj very clearly said few things which when we try and understand, we will be very careful in our lives so that we won't become the victim of doing those things which we shouldn't be doing. However, we should be doing those things which Maharaj have said to do. And those two things, those two kind of side of coins, head and tail, both will be covered in today's Hukumnama Sahib. So aao, for next few minutes, Ramkali Mahalla Panjava. In the Ramkali Raag on 900 Ang, Guru Arjan Dev ji Maharaj, this shabad is present in Guru Granth Sahib ji Maharaj. Jo tis bhavai so thiya. Guru Maharaj is starting the shabad by saying that whatever is happening is only happening with the kirpa or with the hukam of Akal Purkh Vaheguru, Paramatma, Parameshwar. Nothing else is happening. Whatever is pleasing to him, whatever he wants, that only happens. So we need to make this very clear in our mind. Sada, sada, whether it's good or bad, but everything is happening in his hukum. Sada, sada, har ki saranai, prabh bin nahi aan biya rahao. Maharaj kende ki forever and ever, Maharaj, we want to come into your sanctuary, we seek your sanctuary, Parameshwar Akal Purkh Vaheguru. There is nothing else, there is no other than God, there is no other than Akal Purkh Vaheguru, Prabh Aap Ji. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਹੋ. Maharaj is saying this in a very humble way for us to understand that if we stay in the sanctuary of Maharaj, what does it mean? If we keep doing Vaheguru, 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 if we keep connecting ourselves, if we keep contemplating Naam, if we keep reflecting that what is good and bad in our life, then we will always be peaceful from inside. And the inner fire won't burn us. We won't be going to any kind of tension or depression or anxiety or negative thoughts, because Maharaj is not negative. Maharaj's Naam is positive. And if we are connecting with positive all the time, then we will become positive eventually. Because Maharaj tell us some examples how people are living their lives in the world. बिखै ठगौरी खाए पुलाना माया मंदर त्याग गया. Maharaj is saying ki, the maya, the maya is like not just the monies but everything around us. I mean, the Starbucks and all the cars and all the kind of wealth and all those things shining, glittering, the worldly materialistic life, this is maya. And Maharaj is saying ki we are eating this poison of Maya, Bik hai Thagauri, Bik meaning poison. A Maya, the poison we are eating, and by eating this Maya, the poison, we have become astray. We become ashes, like just it's of no use. We become like an ashtray. And Maya Mandar Tyag Gaya, but at the end we have to leave. We have to leave empty-handed. We have to leave everything we have got with ourselves, everything we got on our name, everything we own in this world, everything will be taken away from us. Yesterday I was talking to someone, and there's a family who has to leave for some reason, leave the house and move to the next house. And the landlord of the family was a bit rude person, and he had some argument with this tenant, and the tenant want their stuff. It was like some of the family stuff, some kind of household stuff. But the landlord was very rude, and not giving enough time for them to arrange the next place, because he wanted to sell and everything else alongside. And then this couple was talking to me, and I mentioned to them, look, eventually we have to leave everything behind. And ohi pankti hai jaage ki but they were not ready at that time when they came to talk. But after talking, they understood that it's gonna be very big trouble if they go kind of physical with the landlord, or if they involve police in it, or if they involve anything else. Landlord is not willing to listen. He just want to sell the house. He want to get it cleared, painted, decorated, and then want to sell, and so on. So landlord must be in his own kind of state of mind. But after talking for 20-30 minutes, it was very clear to all of us, including myself, that nothing gonna be remaining in our hands. Eventually everything will be left. Every single thing will be left. Even the smallest thing, our pens, our diaries, our anything, we won't be able to take us along with us when we leave this world. But we forget this thing because we are eating the poison of Maya. We had the situation where we are in. We should be keeping poison at very distant, arm's length distant. We can't get detached from the Maya. We have to travel in the car. We can't walk for long distance. We have to eat today's type of food. We have to deal with the people who are in the society. But in the back of our mind, we have to have our own personality. We have to have our own faith. We have to have our own realism in ourselves that whatever we are doing is not going to be remaining there permanently. So let's not get too much attached with it, so that when time comes, it's very difficult for us to get detached from these items. So Maharaj is saying ki everything will be left behind, but still we are eating the poison of the Maya. Next thing, Sat Sangat ji, very important. Ninda kar kar bahut viguta, garb joon meh kirt paya. Some people just love doing slandering. Some people just, spend their days and nights and talking about other people's bad things, or just making up bad things without knowing the whole piece of truth, or just, imagining, just assuming the worst possible things about sometimes even our own people, even the family members, even the parents, even the brothers, even the sisters, and so on. They just love slandering. They just start slandering anywhere to everywhere. They just slander about anyone, about everyone. They don't feel or realize that this slandering is the biggest thing which is ruining our inside, our spirituality. And because of these actions, and because of the actions of past lives, in those lives also we have done the slandering and everything else, we keep coming in the womb of reincarnation. Asi baar 84 ਲੱਖ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਣਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨਿੰਦਿਆ ਆ, ਇਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆ ਖਰਾਬ ਕਰਦੀ ਆ. ਜੋ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਿਆ, ਜੋ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਕੀਤੀ, ਇਹ ਨਿੰਦਿਆ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਦੂਰ ਲੈ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. ਦੂਰੋਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ, we might be seeing people going to Gurdwara Sahib, people going to Mandir and Masjid and so on, but inside they have lost the connection because they are not doing something which Maharaj want us to do. They are doing something else which Maharaj don't want us to do, and they love doing it. They just start slandering anywhere to everywhere. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੌਕਾ ਹੀ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਆ. ਸੋਚਦੇ ਬਸ ਨਿੰਦਾ ਕਰਨੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਲਓ, ਕਦੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ, ਕਦੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ, ਕਦੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ. So please Let's refrain ourselves for doing Nindya of anyone, let alone our own people. Purab kamane shodeh nahi jamdoot graseo mahapaya. And as in the previous Pankti, Maharaj said, in this Pankti also, these past actions, or actions which we are doing now, actions we have done in the past, will not just go away like this, like in the air, up in the air. They just don't go like this. They will come back. They will come back. And they will bring the messenger of death also, ਜੋ ਕਿ will seize us. ਉਹ ਦੁੱਖ ਦੇ ਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਕਰਮ ਆਉਣੇ ਆ. And sometimes we feel like, we become judgmental. This person have done this, so he has to face this. But we don't know. We are not the judge. Judge is Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. Judge is Akal Purakh Vaheguru Parmeshwar. So let's leave the judgment to the Akal Purakh Vaheguru and don't become the judge yourselves, because we may not know what the truth is. For example, if a poor person, if let's say a beggar on the street, he needs some money for the medical reason for the family, and if he is begging, or let's say if he's stolen some money from someone and using for the medical reason for the family, we only see the thief part of it. We only see the stolen part of it. We won't know the detail about the medical, but once we get to know the medical part, we might ourselves give the money to the beggar, to the poor person. ਲੈ ਯਾਰ ਤੂੰ ਚੱਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਦੀ ਤੂੰ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰ ਲੈ, ਚੱਲ ਭਾਈ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਤੂੰ ਬਥੇਰਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ. So let's not become judgmental. Someone is, let's say we may have come across some ladies in our life, and they may not be medically fit, but they won't be able to get married. But someone is doing the marriage and doing the wedding with this medically unfit person, that doesn't mean that he has got some ulterior motive behind it. It's just pure sympathy, humbleness, nimrata, kindness, act of kindness. So Satsangari, let's not become judgmental, because we are not the judges. Judges Akal Purakh Vaheguru. And tomorrow, if the table turn around and come against you, then there will be no regrets. Then there will be a very heavy guilt. Then there will be very heavy guilt. Oh my God, ਇਹ ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ? ਮੈਂ ਤੇ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਹੋਇਆ, ਪਰ ਉਹ ਤੇ ਗੱਲ ਗਲਤ ਨਿਕਲੀ, ਉਹ ਤੇ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਹੋਇਆ. I'm feeling so sorry. I'm so guilt. I'm regretting why I behave like this with you. These are the daily life things, Satsang. These things happen with us in our day-to-day lives. So let's not become judgmental. ਆਪਾਂ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ ਨਿੰਦਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ, ਔਰ ਇਹ ਨਿੰਦਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਮੂੰਹ ਦੀ ਕਾਲਕ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ. ਇਹ ਨਿੰਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ, ਇਹ ਮੂੰਹ ਕਾਲੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਨਿੰਦਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ. ਔਰ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੰਦਗੀ ਵਾਲੇ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਭਜਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, people who are saintly, people who have got saintliness in them, if someone is doing ਨਿੰਦਾ of them, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਾੜਾ ਹਾਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ. ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਸਮਾਂ ਹੀ ਦੱਸਦਾ ਆ, ਜਦੋਂ ਮਾੜਾ ਹਾਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਆ. ਬੋਲੇ ਝੂਠ ਕਮਾਵੈ ਅਵਰਾ, ਤ੍ਰਿਸਨ ਨਾ ਬੂਝੈ ਬਹੁਤ ਹਯਾ. Some people just say lies. Some people do not practice anything what they say, what they preach. ਬੋਲੇ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਨੇ. ਕਮਾਵੈ ਅਵਰਾ, ਜੋ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਨੇ ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, if you're saying something else to follow someone, but they themselves are not following it. Their desires are not satisfied. What a shameful thing is it. Maharaj is saying कि ਤੁਸੀਂ first of all you're lying. Second, you're not doing what you are telling others to do. And the desires are not satisfied by doing all of this. Even by lying, even by doing this, the desires are still not getting satisfied. Satsanga, imagine what a shameful thing it is. When we will understand that everything around us has to go one day, and what are we protecting? From whom we are protecting? We steal from people's minds. People in Bollywood, people write scripts. And a small fish, let's say a small writer, when they approach to the big writers or big production houses, the production houses deny the writer's kind of effort and just steal the whole script, and they make movie on their own. Why are we doing these things? If we don't have any kind of initiative in ourselves, if we don't have any capability, let's give the credit to someone else. So, Satsangaji, one day we have to accept all of our faults, ਪਰ ਤਦ ਤੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਦੇਰ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਹੋਣੀ ਹੈ। ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਕੇ ਪੱਟੀ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਰਹੀਏ, we may make ourselves blind, but he is not blind. Guru Nanak is not blind. Akal Purkh Vaheguru is not blind. He is watching every single thing what we are doing. We have to realize this fact and stop doing it. In case if someone have done a mistake, we should be coming forward and becoming forgiveful. ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਗਲਤੀਆਂ ਮਾਫ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਗਲਤੀਆਂ ਮਾਫ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ. We start punishing someone without knowing the full context. We don't even the court of law give time to the accused to let them say something about them. But ਅਸੀਂ ਕਲਯੁਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਨੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਜਜਮੈਂਟਲ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇੰਨੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਵਿੱਚ ਈਗੋਇਸਟਿਕ ਬਣ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ no, whatever we are saying is right, whatever we think is right, whatever we feel is right. No, that may not be right. And if that would have been right, the Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj wouldn't have to give Shahidi. Because ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਆਏ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਪੀਰ ਬੁੱਧੂ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਆਏ ਸੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ. Sorry, I forgot the name of the Musalman fakir who came to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj and asked them, Maharaj, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਦੱਸੋ, see, we'll just sort these people out. We got so much power. And Guru Maharaj said, no, you're wrong. Whatever you're saying is not right. What I am seeing is right, and I am seeing his hukam. I am seeing his agya. Parmeshwar Akal Purkh da hukum. And when do we realize? The first pankti Maharaj have said, Jo tis bhavai so thiya. So that Maharaj have already said it. Ki even if someone is doing slandering, even if someone doing ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਮਾਇਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਗ੍ਰਸਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ and ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਕਰਮ ਆਪਣੇ ਭੋਗ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, even that is happening in the hukum of Maharaj. But Maharaj have also tell us to do simar sukh pavo. ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰੀਏ. That's why we have to follow the Gurbani. ਅਸਾਧ ਰੋਗ ਉਪਜਿਆ ਸੰਤ ਦੂਖਨ ਦੇਹ ਬਿਨਾਸੀ ਮਹਾਖਇਆ. And this is the final thing, Saad Sangat Ji, ki Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ an uncurable disease has come to you by slandering the saints. So never ever slander a saint, Saad Sangat Ji. We have got no thermometer, we have got no measuring scale, no weighing scale to measure someone's spirituality. So let's just shut our mouths and stop slandering saintly souls. Saintly souls are not the normal people. They have already been very, very close to Maharaj, and only they and Maharaj knows. And if we want to know how close they are, we should also be doing the things which they are doing. 24/7 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਚੌਕਣਾ ਮਾਰ ਕੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ 5-5 6-6 ਘੰਟੇ ਦਾ ਜਾਪ. And ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇਹ ਗਿਆਨ ਹੋਵੇ ਕਿ which saint have got which level, and whether we should be slander or not, whether we should slander them or not. And when we doing this, our body is wasting away. We are utterly ruined, nothing else. ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਣੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ. ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਸ਼ਾਂ ਦੀ, ਸੰਤਾਂ ਦੀ, ਸਾਧੂਆਂ ਦੀ ਨਿੰਦਾ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਵੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ, ਗਲਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਵੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ. ਇਹ ਨਿੰਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਭਾਰੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਸਾਰਾ ਦਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਲੈ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. all the family, all the generation just washed away. And remember this always. We will never be able to understand the ramaz of saintly souls, why they doing things, how they doing things, when they do things, what they do. So we should not becoming judgmental about them. If you don't want to follow them, don't follow them. Don't run around them. Don't do their seva. Don't sit in front of them. Don't seek any blessings from them. But don't do nindya also. Just be neutral. Just stay neutral. And whatever ninda already happened from you, we have to face. By hook or by crook, we have to face. ਇੱਕੋ ਪੰਕਤੀ ਸੁਖਮਨੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਨਾਨਕ ਸੰਤ ਭਾਵੈ ਉਸਕਾ ਭੀ ਹੋਏ ਉਧਾਰ. ਜੇ ਸੰਤ ਭਾਵੇ, ਜਿਸ ਸੰਤ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਸ਼ ਦੀ ਨਿੰਦਿਆ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ, ਉਸ ਸੰਤ ਨੂੰ ਜੇ ਭਾਵੇ, ਉਸ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਸ਼ ਨੇ ਭਾਵੇ, ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਾਫੀ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ. ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਸ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਮਾਫੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇ ਸਕਦਾ, ਇੰਕਲੂਡਿੰਗ Parmeshwar Akal Purakh Vaheguru themselves. This is how, and this is written here, कि an incurable disease ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਕੰਟਰੈਕਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਸੰਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੁੱਖ ਦਿੰਦਾ, ਸੰਤਾਂ ਦੀ ਨਿੰਦਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਆ। ਅਸਾਧ ਰੋਗ ਉਪਜਿਆ ਸੰਤ ਦੂਖਨ, ਦੇਹ ਬਿਨਾਸੀ ਮਹਾ ਖਇਆ। ruined, ਖਇਆ meaning ruined, and body is all waste। ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬੋਡੀ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲੀ ਸੀ, ਬੋਡੀ ਵੇਸਟ। ਕਿਆ ਰੋਗ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੈ, ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੈ, ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਮਾੜੀ ਸੰਗਤ 'ਚ ਪੈ ਜਾਣਾ ਆ, ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਆ। ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਰਿਮੈਂਬਰ all of this ਆ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ। ਜਿਨਹਿ ਨਿਵਾਜੇ ਤਿਨਹੀ ਸਾਜੇ, ਆਪੇ ਕੀਨੇ ਸੰਤ ਜਇਆ। On the other hand, those who Maharaj want, who have Maharaj fashioned in a way, he embellishes those who he has fashioned, and ਉਹ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਸੰਤਾਂ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਸ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਧਰਤੀ 'ਤੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਸੰਤਾਂ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਸ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਚਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਸੰਤਾਂ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਸ਼ਾਂ ਦੀ ਰਾਖੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਭਾਵੇਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਜੋ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਕਹੀ ਜਾਵੇ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਿੰਦਕ ਜੋ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਕਹੀ ਜਾਣ, ਪਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ, ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਵਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਔਰ ਸੰਤ ਦਾ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਾ ਸਿਰਫ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਤੱਕ ਹੀ ਸੀਮਿਤ ਆ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੱਚੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਵਰ ਦੇ ਸੰਤ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਟੋਲੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਲੇ ਦੁਆਲੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਲੇ ਦੁਆਲੇ ਹਜੂਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ। they don't need the herds, they only need Parmeshwar's naam, they want to live in the hukum, they don't need anything else. You will find there was a time, Sat Sangat ji, in our early days of kind of youth, we used to go to do a darshan of a Mahapurush called they were at that time they were 170 180 years old, and they were staying in Bulandshahr in UP, and their name was Baba Bhim Singh, Amritari, Gursikh, Tyar Bar Tyar, and very very nice humble soul, but very straight, direct, straightforward। ਇੱਕ ਕਮਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਆਪਣੀ ਭਜਨ ਬੰਦਗੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ। ਜੋ ਕੋਈ ਸੰਗਤ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਬਸ ਆਪਣੀ ਬੰਦਗੀ ਭਜਨ। ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਛਕ ਲੈਣਾ, and that's it, done. They don't need any herds, they've already got what they wanted. They wanted the connection with Maharaj, and they already got it. And this is where we go wrong, thinking that saintly souls need this, saintly souls want that. They don't want anything actually. They've already achieved the highest level. They've already achieved Maharaj's charan. That's why we should not be judgmental. We don't know how much love Maharaj is giving them. Love is not a symbol of expansion with millions and millions of pounds worth of houses and pounds worth of cars and many chelle chapate. No, that's not the thing. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj stayed in the jungle on their own. They don't have anyone with them, even their own people, the deserted Singhs, oh chhad ke chale gaye si unna nu. So let's not make this stereotype that if there is a saint, if there is a sadhu, they have to have those kind of things in front of them. No, let's try and understand the connection, their connection with Maharaj. Let's try and understand their closeness with Maharaj. Let's try and that you will realize from their talks. Yes, that's a different thing. If someone else is airing your ears and filling your ears with ninda, then obviously you will get influenced and become negative. But let's not be judgmental. Let's not trust blindly anyone who do slandering of saintly souls, and we also start doing slandering. Let's judge ourselves. Let's think ourselves, reflect our own relationship with them, and then realize and then come to the conclusion. Final pankti Satsang ji, Nanak Das kanth laye rakhe, kar kirpa par brahm maya. And Guru Nanak Sahib Maharaj कह रहे हैं कि about obviously saintly souls, that Nanak Das अपने आप दा कह रहे हैं महाराज अपने आप ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ हैं कि I'm your slave, and but you कृपा करके you have hugged me in your embrace, and please grant your grace, O Supreme Lord, be kind to me as well. ਮੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਦਾਤ ਬਖਸ਼ੋ, ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੋੜੋ, as you have doing with the saintly souls. Such a beautiful nimrata, kind heart, humbleness in Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj Ji's words, shabad. So Sat Sangat Ji, let's think about what we are doing in our daily lives, and stop doing those things which Maharaj don't want us to do and which are taking away from the spiritual destination. And let's do those things which Maharaj have said, Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. Even if just for 5 minutes before you go to sleep, even if just 5 minutes when you wake up in the morning, just 5 minutes चौंकड़ा मार के वाहिगुरु वाहिगुरु वाहिगुरु, आपे ही महाराज ने सारा कुछ दसी जाना है. The next step, the next step, the next step, the next step, the next step. That's it. But we have to start. If you are not doing it, let's start. If you are doing it, let's keep increasing from 5 to 10 minutes, from 10 to 15, from 15 to 20, 20 to 30, and so on. So this is the thing. There's nothing else which will help us. This is the thing which we have to do. We've given this body to do, this life form given to us. Govind milan ki eho teri bariya. This chance is to meet the Lord, the God. So इन्हीं को सेवा आप जी ने प्रवान करनी साथ संगत जी. Please forgive me for any mistakes while doing the vichar of the shabad. आप जी ਦੇ ਕੱਲ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰੂੰਗੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ. Till then, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ.